Yami, let me repeat myself. It's lovely to see you. You get lovelier day by day. And let me add one more thing. You are the current hit machine, जिसको कहते हैं ना. Press करो, hit निकलेगा.
Thank you, Pooja. That is so sweet to hear from you. And you look lovely, by the way. And we've, interacted since it's been years and years, and it just feels like, let's do it. हाँ. किसी को नहीं पता. ये तो हमारी अपनी आपस की बात है.
But Yami, honestly, in the past, should I say the 3 years, your career graph is like this. Career graph, the kind of characters you're playing, the genres you're in, it's like this. What has changed? What has really changed? Have you become more, वो कहते हैं ना, risk लेने को तैयार हूँ? Something, how has the process changed?
The perspective, Pooja, the perspective. Or, matlab, it's important to be fearless, and it's important to realize that make those choices, take those risks, which probably someone will tell you, "Arey nahi, let's not go with that. Let's go with the other one because that's in, that's so short, wo to chalta hai." The idea is to break from that clutter and to just go by your gut and be fearless about how the outcome is going to be, with the intention that it should get engaged with your audience. And आपने अपनी तरफ से बहुत अच्छा काम किया है. At least the team has put in their best. But don't go by just, there's any set rules or anything like that. Just break the clutter and go ahead.
And also, this is the year you complete your decade. And now it's going to be a double digit going forward, and many more decades to you. But do you yourself feel when you started, you were a little hesitant? And now, as you said, take the risk. And that has changed in you as a person, also as an actor, because, it's okay. Made yourself and there's nothing to lose.
Yeah. And, funnily, when I came to this city, Pooja, I was like this, how I am right now. I may not speak much. Of course, in an interview, you do. And the fact that I love interacting with you. But by nature, I was always very reserved and, just very kept to myself. But in choices, in my attitude, I didn't fear anything. I was very comfortable with the idea of saying no if I don't want to do something versus I should do it because I have to do it. Or that's the way to go about. But somewhere with the success of the first film and the kind of choices that followed post that, and then the whole world was new, you have your teams, you have so many things, and wo samajhne mein time lag jata hai. It takes experience, it takes time to gather yourself, once again and be like, what am I doing? मैं ये क्यों कर रही हूँ जो मैं करना ही नहीं चाहती, मेरा दिल ही नहीं है इसमें. Why am I doing it? Just because it's successful for somebody else doesn't mean it's going to work for me. तो मेरे लिए क्या work करेगा, मुझे वो identify करना है. जरूरी नहीं वो उसी time मिलेगा, but I have to somewhere look for it. Only then it'll come to me. It's almost like that, that law, I've forgotten which law it is, but it is, you're, whatever
the law of attraction.
Law of attraction. It is, it is exactly that. And so I think that changed. And that was very, very important because aapki actor, as an actor, jo growth hai, that goes hand in hand. It was a very, very conscious effort. It was almost like, okay, now either I do this or I'm very comfortable to pack my bags and go back and do farming in Himachal. I'll be very, very happy.
Chalo, that didn't happen, but there's always a side option when you want to de-stress from the city life. You can still do that.
Oh, absolutely.
But honestly, I've also noticed, I remember you telling me that when I came in, the success happened. Some didn't live up to expectations, but you always got your due. They said, Yami's very good in the film. But then you tend to get typecast. People you said something very interesting. ऐसे कपड़े पहन के जाना चाहिए मीटिंग पे, ऐसे कपड़े पहन के मुझे क्यों जाना चाहिए, मैं तो टैलेंट के लिए जा रही हूँ. And that somewhat struck me. But now, look at you. I'll say post Uri. There's been Uri, then there was, the movie you did for Netflix.
Bala.
Yeah, and then Bala came, yes. Bala came. And now, Thursday, we have had Dasvi recently. It's like that with, 16 million followers on Instagram. Really sought after. How do you handle that? Now with so much of, I would say with success, as you also said, comes responsibility as well.
I learned long back, Pooja, that you have to be as comfortable with the idea of a film not working well. And when a film works, then does well at the same time. I try to be in the same state of mind. Of course, आपको बहुत खुशी मिलती है, आपकी जो film चलती है. And even on OTT, you have parameters to figure out, to see how a film has performed. It's all out there, social media, how people have loved you, not just the film, but even the role, which is what I was trying to say, that it's very important for me to see what am I doing in the film, how substantial my role is, and what am I adding to the story? Am I growing as an actor? Is it allowing me to do something different with my skills as an actor? So I think the whole idea is to just balance. I think that's one of the key words in my life. Try and strike out for that balance in your life. And I still get nervous, of course, with my next film that I'm performing, I'm shooting, and I will get nervous again when my next film is going to be up for release. And that's good. That's important. That keeps you on your toes. That keeps you. जिस दिन आपको लगेगा कि अब तो मुझे सब कुछ आता है, अब तो I'm the queen of the universe and all that, वैसा कुछ नहीं होता है. You have to, you will make mistakes again. There will be some films, or there will be some, hopefully not performances, but the films which will be like, यार ये क्यों किया आपने? But ठीक है, that should be in your heart, that I really wanted to try something different. Didn't work, it's okay, but I really wanted to give it a shot. At least, so I'm working now with this state of mind, not losing myself or sleep over, is my other film, agar ye theatrical hui, so it has to do this number at least. As I said, we all want to get there, but just that number is not the parameter of how good or bad a film is in today's time. You cannot define that, which is great. And I'm definitely on a path to be a part of at least those films which are adding something to, जिसको आप बोलते हैं इंडियन सिनेमा, कुछ तो अलग होना चाहिए, कुछ तो होना चाहिए. कुछ होंगी फिल्में जो आपको लगेगा अरे हाँ ये, but ठीक है, it's fine. Not everything has to be same, and but the whole idea is वो growth लगना चाहिए. ये नहीं लगना चाहिए हम जो 4 साल पहले जो फिल्में बना रहे थे वो भी अभी बना रहे हैं क्योंकि ये चलेगा,
And that speaks a filmmaker's wife, and I'm sure your husband gets bogged down by numbers and all, but that's okay. But
actually, to correct you, Aditya is even more calmer than me. He is extremely calm. He is just set on his path that my next film that comes out, I have to make sure it should be. My intention is that it has to be one of the best films coming from India. And that's what I'm going to do. Numbers, as I said, he of course does feel responsible. The producer should get, make money on the trust and the faith that he puts in the director and the team. But his work process is very I'm like, you won't even get to know he's come out of some of the most stressful meetings. Nothing, all good. Kya khana hai khane mein?
Wow. Yeah. But Yami, does it actually help to be being married to somebody from the profession, vis-a-vis had your partner being, say, a banker, being a business person, or maybe in the forces, because he would understand you better. I mean, you come from a non-film family. They may not understand what you are going through, but having a partner who is in the same line, does it help? Because, to understand what the other is going through, the highs and the lows.
It's difficult to, give a hypothetical answer if I was married to someone from another profession, considering so many professions, almost every profession comes with its own, baggage and stress, etc. But with Aditya specifically, more than just because it's not just the profession is common, it's to do with the kind of person that he is. They can also be somebody who is from the same, field, but the understanding level may not be in sync as you may expect from someone, from the same. So it actually comes down from the person that you are, more than just the profession. Of course, as a profession, what really helps me as an actor, as I said, I'm always open to ideas. I'm always open to possibilities of ये scene एक ऐसे भी perform हो सकता है, एक ऐसे भी perform हो सकता है. He's not read or never reads any of my scripts, but we discuss everything, anything good that we watch, we want to watch it again, we'll do it. I'll tell him, I'll come home and tell him, आज ये ऐसा scene था, मुझे लगता है और हो सकता था, but मैंने ऐसे किया. So what do you think? So of course, because at the end of the day, it's always the director's prerogative. So it's always nice to hear new ideas. And I think that's amazing. But पर आपका रिश्ता कैसा होता है अगर आप same profession से होते हैं, क्या वो आपको help करता है? I think that comes from the upbringing and the person that You are.
Totally get that.
And I'm very blessed, I think, in that regard.
That's good. And you said something very nice in an interview, which actually struck me also, which I see reflecting in your craft also, is like your husband had told you during Uri, I think, that a script explains to you what you need to do. You know, when you were trying to get under the skin of the character. Do you also, has that become something that you look for in a script? Because I'm sure you're inundated with scripts. Like, when you're choosing something, is that something that you keep in mind?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's your holy book for an actor, your script. And like for most of the films, even for Bala, when a lot of people ask me, "Aapne kya kiya tha? What were those?" Yesterday only, I was taking workshop for another film. It's like, I want to first understand, how did you prepare for that? So I said, first, it's always, it comes from or a Thursday or a Thursday. I said, it all comes from the script. The script is good. You go over and over and again to an extent that you're bored. You're like, मुझे एक word पता है कि उस page पे ये क्या लिखा हुआ है. So that really works for me as an actor. That's my homework, which is very essential. And then on top of that, then you of course do other things. कि आपको कहीं research करना है, किसी को observe करना है, किसी का कुछ आज के time में you have social media can also be used in a very instrumental way sometimes, to come across different people from different walks of life. Probably आप कुछ ऐसा कुछ character या कुछ situation आप सोच रहे हैं कि I've not experienced it, but how do I figure? So maybe you come across some interesting video or something, so I love doing those things. But it's your script first. If it's a good script, it'll never fail you. So
what do you choose when the first thing is the director's script or your role in it? What is the first thing that strikes you when they come to you?
Script. It is the script. But these are the only three parameters. You're spot on. This is what I feel: your script, your role, and your director. You don't need any, of course, it's an entire team that makes a film, but these 3 points need to be really, really strong.
Totally. Rightly said, and thank you so much. But I want to ask you, aapki khubsurati ka raaz kya hai? #complete care for sensitive skin.
I have the most sensitive skin on this planet. And so when I'm not working, I of course I don't use makeup. There are a lot of home remedies that I do, and I switch to oils also. I think sometimes these natural oils, they work really well for your skin. But trust me, the good old rule of having water, it's always there next to me, and eating good fruits, and I rely a lot on my kitchen. So Aditya always like, Lars, whatever is remaining food, you want to put that also on your face? Because whatever is there, if I see a fruit peel or anything, I'll just, quietly just pick it up and just start running. If there's any eggshells around, just take out a little bit, the scrape it and just, keep running it. So I think that, and with the good old rule of actually less is always more. So, and always watch out for what, even if we wear makeup all the time when we are working, but to always go for good quality. I think, especially when you have very, very good skin, to just make sure what's ever going there, it's good.
And now what's coming next? I know there's, oh my God, 2, there is Dhoom Dham. Bata.
There is Lost.
Yeah, there's Lost. So please tell me about Lost. Yeah, I'm getting lost.
Whichever role people think, you think she can do it, please get it for me. I'll make sure that I make it happen, and it turns out really well. And that's my job. No, I mean, हमें एक आदत होती है कि जो जैसा सामने से दिखता है या बात करता है, हम वैसे ही जज कर लेते हैं कि ये कम बोलती है, ये ज्यादा नहीं बाहर जाती, पार्टीज में ज्यादा नहीं दिखती, सीरियस टाइप कॉमेडी तो ये इनसे नहीं होगी. So ऐसा होता है, it happens. But she's so soft, she's so petite. How can she look like a police, an IPS officer? But as I said, that's the day I feel that no, this is something I can't do, because probably I don't want to do. I don't connect with it. That'll be totally different reason. But when I come on board, it has to be full conviction. It's my job to convince you, and of course the directors, that to justify it. And so that also was a very good journey. And now I have Lost, which is Tony Da's next film. I love Pink. He's a director who comes with a lot of aesthetics, very good sensibilities, and his knack for tapping on real emotions. And I think that's great. We were just chatting yesterday, and of course now we'll figure out our release, how it's going to happen. And now there are different possibilities. There's OTT and there's theatrical also. And as much as you are tempted, to put your film out there in theaters, there'll always be some calculated risks, because it is not a film with song and dance and comedy and all those things. It's a human drama. It's an investigative thriller, and set in Kolkata, where I play a journalist.
Wow.
And so Dada said, one thing I can totally guarantee, Yami, that no one can watch the film and say इसमें कुछ artificial लग रहा है या emotion real नहीं है. And I said, Dada, if this film comes out in theaters, let's see what happens. I promise you, let's not fear it. Let's not be fearful. Let's still go out there, because as I said, the parameters of judging a film should just not be numbers anymore, a certain digit anymore. Absolutely. I think let people decide. It's a vast audience that we have. They are very smart and very intelligent about what they connect with and what they won't. We will find our audience. We'll find home for our film.
Absolutely.
So, and if something like that works, we don't know yet, of course. This is just me talking. Then you're setting a different path altogether, and why not, do something different.
Absolutely.
So that's there. There's, of course, Oh My God, the sequel, which, having seen the first one, we know that it's going to be about a topic or something which is very relevant, and in what entertaining or what engaging way, it's going to be presented. I think that's what the film is. There are two more films, one of which, of course, you'll hear soon. That's a revenge drama, which I headline.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I think that's the only one word I can say. And another one is a romantic comedy.
Celebrating your first anniversary together.
Yes,
exactly. How has it been? And also, unlike other couples जो Insta पे बहुत लगाते हैं, आज ये खाया, आज यहाँ गए, आज ये celebrate किया. Both of you are very private. 4 photographs अपनी शादी की दिखा दी सबको. हमने शादी कर ली है, और that's it. The rest is everybody's clicking you. But both of you are very private people.
Something like marriage, something like your personal life should be a reflection of who you are. The way we got married, I think we just following that. Sometimes kabhi man karta hai, theek hai, on some occasion you put it out, but yeah, not very social media, or yeah, aapko kahin jana hi jana. You have to be. We are again we celebrate also eating and making something nice at home. We don't really step out much, and that's the way we are. And exactly for Aditya gets very embarrassed by, okay, I'm going to get clicked. I don't want to get clicked. He gets very, but he respects that also. He's like, if you step out if somebody wants to, that's all right. But, so yeah, I think, which is nice. I mean, there's some things in your life which you must, if you wish to, then you must guard it, and you must
absolutely
follow it the way you want to naturally, and not adapt it to what you're being expected to do, because you have to come across or project yourself as some kind of, public figures all the time. As I was sharing with someone, that in real life, there's nothing called couple goals or power couple and this and that. You create your own life, and we don't make it complicated. That's it. So just, you're not, not everything is up there for everything or everyone to be seen, and so that's the way to that's our way to balance out our professional and personal sanity.
What was that one thing about your husband that made you say, this is the one? ऐसी एक क्या बात थी where you were like, he's the one?
This is a very tough one, because अनेक बातें थी, but if I have to just sum it up in one, I don't know, line if I can come out, but Aditya, just the person that he is a beautiful person inside out with a really big heart. And our core values are so similar. He loves for both of us, our families come first and then everything else. If I tell him today that, Aditya, let's go to Himachal and let's just lead a life there, he'll be like, okay, chalo, let's go.
Sweet.
So his simplicity, the genius mind that he has, and yet the most simple, down-to-earth person that I know, that's Aditya.
What is the change you want to see going forward? Because a lot of your, counterparts have said that पहले कहते थे ना एक हीरो के जो remuneration है साल का वो तो दो female oriented वो आजकल तो thank God they're not using the term film बन जाएगी. They're speaking for pay parity, better situations. As you personally, what is the one change you want to see going forward? We are seeing the narratives change. A lot more women coming forward. What is it as an actor and as someone, going forward, who would be a reference to the coming generation? What is it that you want to see?
I want to see, as a professional, as an actor, if strictly as an actor, if I say, be a part of films where we feel really proud putting those films on the map and contributing genuinely something to Indian cinema. I really believe. I don't want us to feel constrained anywhere. I don't want us to feel, as I said, fearful about just the fear of numbers. Films are just churning out, or you're just yourself being a part of such films. I would want everyone to know and feel that everybody can coexist. You can do this kind of film also, you can do that kind of film also. And apart from that, as a woman, as a female actor, respect for everyone. That's most important. The day we actually start respecting the dignity and the very much essence of what you hold when you work, when you step out there and enter your set, that's it. That's what you need. It's not, of course, the pay parity and all these things are there. And it's being worked upon. The fact is, as I said, now we're expressing, because now it's a cycle, no? Of course, those films have to be first made. They have to be conceptualized. Somebody has to believe. A director has to come on board. Then it goes to the actor. A good film has to be made and it has to do well. And we've seen good films led by female actors doing really well. But I'm saying even the films where you're not headlining, but you're a part of those films, I think it's time to revise those numbers and revise those data as well. I mean, when two actors, are traveling, an actor travels, with, a really big entourage. Even the actresses now, of course, when somebody is really senior and reached that point of their life, but nobody will question, acha, your chef, your cook, your trainer, your this and that. But when it comes to a female actor, these questions, all they are asked, acha, itne kyun, ye kyun, ye kyun. So while we understand the seniority of certain actors, 100%, you also have to be realistic about who you're talking about. But when you see your own contemporaries, when you realize what value, if you feel you're adding to a film, then that needs to be justified, and that math can be worked out. It cannot be a ridiculous number for anyone, be it even the male actor. It affects actually the film.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Such a pleasure speaking to you. और आपको पता है ना, आपके Koreans भी बड़े fans हैं. There's Korean those who really absolutely love you.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Oh, sweet. I love, by the way, आपकी skin से आ रहा है, what skin and hair they have.
Absolutely.
My God.
Korean those Min and Hoon की तरफ से, I thought I will just.
How sweet. Lots of love to them. That is so sweet. So good to hear that.
Thank you so much. And I hope to see you in person soon.
Yes, we must do that. I know last time I'm London with it, अब आप वापस आ गए, I'm guessing. And next time, I think let's do this in person.
Absolutely. Really. And more power to you, Yami. Just keep going the way you are. Doing everything right.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye, Pooja. It was really nice talking
with you.
Bye. Bye.